ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا من يهدي الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Amma ba'ad, my dear Muslim brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Today, inshallah, in our Fre-Khudbah speech, we are going to talk about al-adab al-akali wa sharab. Adab al-akali wa sharab, meaning the etiquette of table manners. Some of the adab which was taught by Islam. Number one, because of the time factor, I will be as quick as I can. When you come to eat the food, make sure the food you are going to eat is halal. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ya Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Ya ayyuha ar-Rasul kulu min at-tayyibati wa'malu salihah. Oh, you, the messengers of Allah, eat from the halal and do the righteous deeds. That is number one. Make sure the food is halal. And number two, make sure you eat the food for the sake of getting strength in your body, which will enable you to worship your Allah. Don't just eat the food for the sake of enjoyment or for the deliciousness of the food. Make sure you eat it with the intention of worshiping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Number three, when you come to eat the food, you need to wash your hand. You need to wash your hand. That is number three. And number four, make sure when you come to eat the food, you sit on the floor. Don't sit on the table. As it was reported by Anas radiallahu anhu, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has never eaten food on the table in his own lifetime. Therefore, it is good to sit down on the floor and eat your food. And the sitting time, when you come to eat the food, you should raise your right foot and sit on your left foot, or any other sitting style which shows the humbleness and the humility of a person. That is number five. Number six, you should mention the basmala by saying Bismillah. Don't say Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. This is bid'ah. Only what you have been asked to is what you are going to do. Bismillah. That is number six. Number seven, when you come to eat the food, it is recommended that you eat the food with only 3 fingers. You eat the food with 3 fingers, these fingers. You eat the food like this. Don't use your 5 fingers the way we used to do. That is number 7. And number 8, make sure you minimize the size of the muscle. You minimize the size of the muscle. Don't fill your hand with the food and pull your mouth with that food. This one is not good. And number 9, when you come to eat the food, make sure you eat the food from the edge of the plate. Don't eat from the middle. Because the Prophet ﷺ says, Al-Barakat tanzilu wasbit ta'am. Meaning the blessing descends at the middle of the food. Therefore, it is not recommended that you eat the food from the middle, but rather eat the food from the edge of the plate. That is the ethics or etiquette number 9. And number 10, when you come to eat the food and you are with other people, make sure you eat only what is in your front. Don't eat from the front of others. Perhaps there is meat, fish or something. Don't allow that one to draw your attention to eat from the front of others. Even if there is nothing in your front, make sure be content and eat what is in your front. And the etiquette number 11, when you are eating together with someone, make sure don't ever eat the food more than him. Don't eat the food more than he is eating. If it is a food which is like something which is solid, don't eat two while he is eating one. Make sure you eat one. If you want to eat two, ask his permission. That is another etiquette. And number 12, when you come to eat the food and the food falls on the pillow, don't just leave the food and go away like this. You should pick up the food and remove the dirt from the food and eat it. This is how the Prophet ﷺ commanded us to do. Don't just to consider yourself as hygienic and say, no, don't touch this food. No, pick it up, remove the dirt and eat it. This is what you are recommended to do as a good Muslim. The etiquette number 13. When you come to eat the food, and it happens that the food is very hot, so don't cool down the food by blowing it with your mouth, doing like this, unless it gets cool. Or you put it in your mouth and you keep on doing like this. That is hot, doing like this is greedy. It's not good. Just leave the food until it cools down before you eat. And the etiquette number 14. When you come to eat the food, don't fill your stomach to the core. The Prophet ﷺ urged us that we should eat only some few mouthfuls of food to sustain our life. Only few mouthfuls is okay. And if you cannot be satisfied with the few mouthfuls of food, then split your stomach into three. One for food, one for drink, and one for breathing. And the next etiquette, it is recommended that when you come to eat the food, don't to draw your head closer to the food. The food is in your front and you are eating the food with other people. Don't to do like this and put your head closer to the food. No, just to pick the food and put it in your mouth without moving your head closer to the food. This is another etiquette. And it is also recommended that when you are eating the food, which looks like a bread or biscuit, don't chop it and bring the remaining one into the container. Don't do this. You have chopped it with your teeth and you bring back the remaining to the plate. This is also not good. And during eating the food, make sure that you abstain your tongue from filthy statements. Don't keep on mentioning some filthy things which may discourage someone from eating the food. Maybe by describing the food, say, no, look at this food. It is bad. No, look, it begins to smell. Don't do this. If you don't like it, just leave it. Because doing this may discourage someone from eating the food. And another etiquette, when you are eating food with other people, don't fix your eyes on them and keep on looking at them as they are eating the food. This may discourage someone from eating and he may feel shy. This is also not good. And when you come to eat the food, in the presence of the people among whom are your seniors and those who are superior to you, make sure you are not the one to begin to eat the food. Allow those who are older than you to start eating, or those who are superior to you to begin to eat. If I say superior, meaning those who are more knowledgeable than you, or those who are leaders, or those people who are rich men, yes, it is a blessing from Allah. Allow them to start eating, them to be the first to eat. And number next, when you come to eat, and it happens that the fly falls inside your food, don't just take the food away from you and say, I cannot eat this food. Make sure you dip the fly inside the food and remove it and continue eating your food. Because as it is narrated in the hadith, when the fly comes to fall inside a food, it is used to fall with his left wing, and that left wing is disease, and the right wing is a medicine to that disease. Therefore, you should dip it inside and remove it. And if you cannot do this, then don't ever use any harsh statement. Don't say, I know this is filthy. Don't ever do this, because the Prophet ﷺ is the one who asks us to do this, and you are not more hygienic than the Prophet ﷺ. And apart from this, another etiquette, when you come to eat the food, do not to find fault with the food. Not to eat ba'am. Do not to find any fault with it. If you want to eat, eat. If you don't like it, don't disturb the food, just leave it. And number next, after you eat the food, make sure you cleansing your teeth by using toothpick. And after using the toothpick, make sure you wash your mouth. And number next, when it happens that the people have gathered together and you have taken the food with you to distribute it among them, make sure you start with those who are older. If you give the food to the older, then you begin to share the food from your right hand to the left hand. This is what the Prophet ﷺ commands, because he says, Kabir Kabir. It is by that Kabir Kabir you will give it to those who are older. And as Prophet ﷺ mentioned, then you begin from your right hand to the left hand. And apart from this, when you come to eat the food, it is good that, okay, the Imam has already arrived, but let me just mention this last point. When you finish eating the food, make sure you recite this invocation. Alhamdulillah alladhi at'amani hadha min ghayri hawlin minni wala quwwa. If you recite this invocation, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will expiate all your sins you have ever committed in your life. It has a very great blessing. With this, I come to the end of this talk. فسبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.